Welcome to Coweta Schools Game Day, where we highlight the student athletes and athletic programs in the Coweta County school system that bring so much excitement to our community throughout the year. I'm Hat Pines, principal of the Central Educational Center, also known as the CEC. This program is being brought to you by the video team members here at CEC through our school system's CCS TV YouTube channel. And today we're bringing you all the action from our high school football season. We'll take a look back at the Northgate Vikings win over Veterans last week and look ahead at their October 6th matchup against McIntosh in Peachtree City. We'll talk about East Coweta's game versus Lambert and their upcoming October 6th game at home against the Carrollton Trojans. And Newnan High, fresh off their homecoming win against South Paulding, faces East Paulding this Friday at Drake Stadium. We'll bring you the action and clips from Friday's games and talk about the players with coaches, with Northgate Vikings head coach Mike McDonald, East Coweta head coach John Small, and Newnan High head coach Chip Walker right here on Game Day, so stay with us. We're back now with Mike McDonald, head coach of the Northgate Vikings. Thanks for being here, Coach McDonald.
Thanks, Coach Hines.
Awesome. Coach, you got your 99th career win and your 4th for the season for the Northgate Vikings. Been a great non-region schedule down in Warner Robins versus Veterans High School. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, good win. I thought we played really well on defense. Got after them. They were top 10 scoring offense in 6A going into the game. Also top 10 in points allowed in 6A. So it was an exciting win, and defense played well. Defensive line really got after the quarterback, and we were able to block them up front and took some shots and connected on a few of them. So it was a big night for us, big win.
That's great. Coach, as you look through this non-region schedule, y'all, like I said, you've had a lot of success. Is there something you can rely on? Maybe it's an identity on offense or defense, or maybe it's an intangible. But what is it about these kids that are really starting to just seem to be meshing real well?
Well, we'll fight. You know, we'll battle. We're a physical football team, and the guys like to get after it. And we're gonna run the ball, and we got a really good running back, and the offensive lines really came on, and defensively we fly around pretty good, and our fronts kind of leads the charge there. They're hard to block up front, Coach.
All right. Well, it has definitely shown through the first 6 games, and I know you head into region play here. But with that, it was a great road win. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Friday night.
You're going to see right here on defense, this is first play of the game. Cade Bates slants in and comes back out and makes a tackle for a loss right there. Really sets the tone. You're going to see him throw quick out here, and Mason McKnight and Bryson Davies, Marcus Barnes, all out there to make that tackle, really flying to the football.
Yeah,
here
Marcus Barnes had a great year.
Yeah, you're going to see Mason McKnight with the interception right here. Great job. They tried to run the post route backside on us, and Trent Gordon right there sets the edge. You're going to see Jaden Middleton and Bryson Davies again on the tackle right there. And we got him pinned back, and Cade Bates is going to get some pressure. They're going to have to check it down right there, and you're going to see by 4 white shirts around the ball and get him down right there. And going to cause a fumble right here. That's Trent Gordon causes a fumble, and you're going to see Jaden Middleton scoop it up, and that's going to lead to our first touchdown. Dylan Barber, we go quarterback wedge there and stick it in, and they had a good kickoff return down deep, and we're going to battle them right there. And you see the secondary come up, contain him. There's Evan Garrett right there. I think Evan had a little over 140 yards rush another night, and you'll see Dylan make a good throw right here to Josh Veen, and look at Josh keep.
Wow.
Yeah, and Josh is a little old guy, but boy, he plays big.
YACS,
yeah.
Yaks, yards after contact.
Under center here, you're going to see Evan. We run Duke slice there, and Evan's going to put that in the end zone. We're going to get a sack right here. Marcus Barnes, Cade Bates on the sack right there, and we'll come up and throw Josh again. He's going to make a guy miss, make the first guy miss, and we tell him don't let the first guy tackle you. And Josh made about 3 of them right there miss. So he's playing well, come back up and You're going to see us arc it right here, and we're going to pull it. This is the first play of the third quarter, and we're going to go 80 yards. That's Dylan Barber right there, and that's how you want to start the half off. Right there with a big play.
That is how you want to start things off, Coach. That can be a demoralizing play to an opponent right there to start the second half.
Again, you're going to see us on defense, and that was Jet Clark folding in, making that tackle on right there. Yeah, that's Marcus Barnes and Amir Hopper. And you're going to see a good punt return right here by Josh. We get some good blocking, and you're going to see.
I was about to say, does Coach P still do that punt return team?
Coach P still does punt returns.
Like you said,
been doing that a long time.
He's been doing that a long time, and it shows, and he is great at it.
There we go. We're running a counter up inside, and that's Evan again. And going to cause a fumble right here, Coach. And that's Marcus Barnes again. And going to give us the ball back here, and you're going to see Evan again. You know, they crowded the box and played zero coverage, and hey, we're not going to try to let us run the ball, but we started blocking them really well.
I was about to say, Coach, they can put all 11 in the box. You're running pretty good on them.
And we're going to come back here, and you're going to see a good throw by Dylan and a great catch by CC, or Cameron Coleman. Good to get him back. He's been kind of injured, and got him back the other night. Got to get him back going, but he made a great catch. And here we go again. We kind of motioned to it this week, and you saw us last week hit the slot fade there, and we hit Josh again down to the one, and we're going to punch it in right there with a quarterback wedge again, and just good job right here by the defense, man. Our defensive end really made them bubble that back, and you're going to see a sack here. And then we're going to end the game right here, Coach. This is the last play, and going to end the game with 2 consecutive sacks right there.
That's awesome. Coach, like you said, the score, 35-14, and just seeing all those highlights, I know that's dotted up your big play board pretty good. Let's hear all about that.
Most hits this week versus veterans, we had Bryson Davies. Big play went to defensive end Marcus Barnes. He had 4, so that's tackles for loss. So Marcus had 4 tackles for loss. Hammer, we had 4 of those. Marcus Barnes had 1, Cade Bates had 1, Graham Peak had 1, and C.J. Allen on kickoff team had 1. We had 3 takeaways, Jaden Middleton, Bryson Davies, and Mason McKnight, with the interception there. Highest grade O-line this past week was Darian Parks. He's a sophomore, getting better every week. Highest grade defensive line was Marcus Barnes. Highest grade secondary was Mason McKnight. Highest grade linebacker was Jaden Middleton. The meanest Viking went to Marcus Barnes. The racehorse again went to Evan Garrett. Air Viking went to Josh Veen. And the game breaker was Dylan Barber. We got that first play. The second half came out first play and went 80 yards. Spirit ball went to quarterback Ishan Metz. Our kicking game went to our punt team. Our captains for next week versus McIntosh will be Josh Veen, Evan Garrett, Marcus Barnes, and Cade Bates. And the player of the week is going to go to Marcus Barnes. And scout team, we had running back for offense, Malik Dixon. And defense was linebacker Walker Johnson.
I love it, Coach. Got those guys on the scout team. Like I said, it means a lot to them to go out there, perform for their teammates, make sure they're ready. That is good stuff. That's great leadership. Coach, you're going into region play now, but the good news is you get a bye week to kind of catch your breath. What are some of the things you plan to work on during the bye week? Sometimes it's just a chance to kind of heal up and get some of the nicks and bruises kind of mended and all that. But what are you looking to accomplish, and what do you expect out of the McIntosh Chiefs in a couple weeks?
Well, McIntosh is, they're scoring a lot of points. I think 67 the last game they played. That's hard to do on air. So we'll have our work cut out, for us. They like to throw it, but they can run it as well, and they're pretty good on defense. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us.
That's great, Coach. Like I said, we're excited. Like I said, enjoy the bye week, get better. And congratulations to where you guys are this year. It's been super successful. Looking forward to you guys having a great region play, hitting the playoffs. And that'll do it with Coach McDonald. We'll be back with more Coweta Sports Game Day. We're here with John Small, head coach of the East Coweta Indians. Welcome to Game Day, Coach. Coach, I know it was a tough one Friday night, but there is no doubt you guys have had a stellar season thus far. Tell us about the game Friday night versus Lambert.
Well, went on the road to play Lambert up in Forsyth County. Solid football team. We knew it. I think they're like 17-1 over the last 2 years. We knew it'd be a tough environment, a tough game against a quality opponent. Thought our kids played very well in the first half. We missed some opportunities in the first half to maybe put the game away. You know, we went into the half 16-3, and we had a fumble there going in on the 1 yard line to make it 23-0. But came out in the second half and really thought we didn't execute like we needed to from a coaching staff perspective, from an offense, defense, special teams. They kicked an onside kick to start the second half and got some momentum going. And the crazy thing is as poor as we played in the second half, we still had a chance at the end to possibly get down in field goal range. So, you know, tip my hat to my kids and coaches for that. But came out with a 1-point loss, but a lot to learn from that. You know, winning covers up a lot of mistakes.
Absolutely.
Losing uncovers a lot of mistakes and exposes them. So we have an off week this week, and we're allowed to go back and work on a lot of things we need to fix.
Well, like I alluded to earlier, Coach, this has been a wonderful season with a lot of big-time wins. Your program is really establishing itself as one of the best in the state of Georgia. You know, when you kind of look back, what has impressed you most about this team so far in the 2023 season?
Just their consistency every day. You know, we talk about selflessness and being about your team, and they've been consistent with that. And even Friday, when things were not going our way at the end, I didn't see a lot of finger pointing or nothing like that. I just saw a group of kids that were hurting because they lost. You know, the neat thing about it is this bunch, we told them after the game that, you know, this is the first time y'all have experienced this because you haven't been the guys we depended on in years past. Right. This is your rodeo. So how do you deal with it? You know, losing hurts more than winning feels good. So it's just go back to work. Let's pull together. Let's get stronger from it. And then we saw that in practice, you know, with our kids this week already. And but the consistency of them each and every day has been awesome for us.
Awesome. Well, let's take a look at some of Friday's highlights.
We came out hot beginning of the game. A lot of guys running around. They had some negative plays early in the game. We get a safety here on the second drive of the game, which is our first one for the year. Austin Arrington, linebacker for us, a junior linebacker, was our player of the game, and he's played outstanding for us. Again, Lucas Knockin has played well too. He's our hog of the week. They tried to come out and establish the run and take some shots early, and our kids did a good job holding up against it. And then we just kind of got out of sorts in the second half of missing our landmarks and our scrapes and fits and things like that. But all things that are correctable, but they played extremely hard. During the game. And they're good on offense. They have a great scheme. But you can see our kids are playing extremely hard here late in the game as well because we still got a chance in it. So, but very proud of the effort that they gave. Again, Josh Anderson was our Georgia Farm Bureau player of the game. He just plays well every single week, which is awesome to see. This is here at the end of the game where we stop them 3 times and we're able to force them to punt the football. So the kids are right there. And then special teams-wise, Brock Belden again did a great job kicking off for us, puts 2 or 3 in the end zone.
I'm really proud of him.
Yeah, he's done well. Punting the football, did a great job of. We got a lot of pressure this week. Thought protection was good. And there's Keaton McNutt running down the field, 5-star snapper, making plays.
Going to Auburn.
Yeah. Our kickoff return game was we averaged like 40-something yards a return in the first half.
Wow.
And the second half, and so we kind of knew they were going to come out with something in the second half, and we just didn't execute on it. Again, Brock kicking off here. We had some new replacements in there on kickoff with some kids being out this week. Then Brock kicking some PATs for us and knocking it through. Still trying to shore up our protection on this, so a lot of things we can still work on here. And then here's another kick that Chance Gilbert, a freshman, returning the kick here. A really good player.
Young talent, Coach.
Young talent. So he's going to have another return here, I believe. Chance is. And this is him again. So he almost breaks this one here.
Gosh, he just hit that crease.
He's got great speed, great football savvy. He's going to be a name to know the next 3 years as he's in high school. Here's Deontay Jones, almost breaks this one right here, sticks it up the middle, stays on his feet.
That's just good, hard running.
Yeah, so just great field position by our guys. And offensively, we started off a little bit slow, missed some passes, but here's Deshaun Horsley and Cohen trying to hook up there the first play. We get a pass interference call. Come back here. Cohen did an unbelievable job with his feet, picking up first downs for us.
Yeah, he's playing good.
Scored 2 rushing touchdowns Friday night. Here we're going to take another shot to Deshaun Horsley, and he runs by the guys and makes a great catch for a long throw there. Running game-wise, Deontay Jones and Darrell Thompson carried the load for us most of the night. I think we rushed for 157. There's Cohen and Seth Gritton connecting here. Here's P.J. Clinton, a big tight end we have that's a junior that's really getting better each week. Going to be a really, really good football player. Here's Deshaun Horsley again.
Tell you what, he is just really coming into his own.
He's had a great year, and I think he can get a lot better. Here's a scramble by
Great job.
Cohen again, using his feet. Here's a big run here by Deontay Jones. Ashton Sample, our center, was our offensive player of the game, had his best game blocking all year. 6'5", 6'6", 315, just a good young man. Again, another great run by Cohen Peoples there. Here we elude a sack and pick up some big yardage here. This is towards the end of the game as well. And then right here is just a phenomenal run here by Cohen running over a dude and taking him in the end zone with him.
Great job.
So that was awesome to see. So he's a threat throwing the ball, running the football.
Yeah, absolutely, and running that ball.
Done
And
a
let me
great
tell you,
job.
hard to bring down. Coach, like I said, you got a lot of great kids, and you can see the efforts there. And through the whole season, after, game 6, the only thing is just a 1-point defeat and a gauntlet of a schedule. Coach, you got to be feeling great. How did that all shake out on your big play board?
Well, like I said earlier, our City of Hope defensive player of the game was Austin Arrington, plays linebacker. Our City of Hope offensive player of the game was Ashton Sample. Our City of Hope special teams player of the game is Keaton McNutt, our deep snapper. He just does a phenomenal job. Our hog of the week is a linebacker that we put down and played as a defensive end this week, Lucas Knockin, and I think we mention his name every week as well. Our Georgia Farm Bureau player of the week was Josh Anderson, our safety for us. Our scout defensive player of the week was Austin Nunez. He's a kid that plays special teams for us, going to be a great player in the future for us. Our scout special teams player of the week was Ryan Story, who's our backup snapper, but also plays some other things on special teams. And then our scout offensive player is a young tight end named Jake Gaines. It's just getting better and better and better. So really proud of all these kids and the effort they give.
That's awesome, Coach. Coach, you're heading into a bye week, and then you get Carrollton. And big-time programs get to play in big-time games. And that's going to be one circled probably in the entire state of Georgia. Tell us what you're hoping to accomplish in the bye week and then heading into Carrollton.
Well, we got to get healthy, got to get healed up, but we've still got to continue to practice hard. So it's going to be a fine balance of keeping them healthy through the week, but also getting our work in that we need to get done. It's also a week, we got 9th grade and JV games, but it's a big week of developmental stuff with our young players. So we spend a lot of time with them at practice this week. Not that we don't usually, but we're really spending a lot more time to get our hands on some of those 9th grade team guys and stuff like that. So we're going to attack it that way, and then we're going to put all our attention on Carrollton going into next week.
Awesome, Coach. Well, Coach, y'all have got the plan. You got the process. Super excited about the upcoming game against the Carrollton Trojans. Going to be great with I think Peachtree TV.
I think it's GPTV,
or GPB TV, excuse me.
It'll be our pink out game.
It's going to be our pink out game. It's the kind of atmosphere that that the kids just love, and I know your kids are going to be excited. Great job so far, Coach, and we're looking forward to the region schedule, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we'll be back with more Coweta Sports Game Day in just a few moments. We're here with Chip Walker, head coach of the Newnan Cougars. Good to see you, Coach, here on Coweta Game Day. Great win Friday night, great region win, great homecoming win. Tell us all about it, Coach.
Well, it was a really good win, obviously. All the things you just mentioned, obviously. Homecoming, we talked about it a little bit last week. Homecoming at Newnan's a special tradition, and with all the things that went on with the parade and all the different things. It was great for our guys to be focused. They came out, played really good. Got a region win for homecoming, which was big. You know, it's one of those that after we felt like we let that one slip away last week, for our kids to come back and battle, and we kind of dominated the game early, had to hold on late, and they did those things, and so we were really proud of them.
Coach, that's great. That region win puts you right back in the thick of things. And like I said, your kids are getting better every week. That speaks to their character. That speaks to their resiliency. Expand on that.
Well, you hit the nail on the head with that. They're getting better, but they showed a little bit of their character, a little bit of their toughness, that resiliency that we needed in order to shut them down at the end and you know, hold them to we had a goal line stand kind of down there that held them to a field goal.
Yeah.
That kept us from, you know, I guess they got it to 6 or whatever instead of being 1. So it was a big night for us on that. You know, and then the big thing that I was really proud of is, you know, a lot of times you get those things, you get late, you get the ball back, and you got to get a first down or two to run the clock out, and everybody's piling them up, and our kids just continued to move the football, get us a first down, you know, keep the clock going and end the game.
Awesome. That's great coaching, guys. We are super excited for y'all and what you got coming up. And let's take a look at Friday night's highlights.
Sounds good. This is just kind of first play of the game, and it's kind of a little precursor to the rest of the night. You know, I've been coaching for a long time, 19 years as a head coach and 29 years overall. And Tavius Berry carried the ball the other night 43 times for 238 yards.
I bet you he slept well, Coach. That is tough.
And I've, you know, had some really good tailbacks over the years, and I've never had one carry it 43 times, and I had no idea in the middle of the game it was going on, and Chris Goldterman told me he stopped counting at 36, and I thought, man.
Kid has got some guts. No
Look,
doubt.
there's one of the two, I got 2 neighborhood connections on you for you this week. A couple of really big pass plays early on to set up a couple of Antavius' touchdown runs, Brody Campbell to Gus Anderson with a couple of big ones. The defensive player of the game, Zacharian Tucker, had a whale of a game. And then, you know, obviously if a tailback carries the ball 43 times for 238 yards, those guys up front had a really good game. Big play by Tucker right there. They actually called that an incomplete pass, which was the actual correct call, but it was
great pressure.
It was great pressure. Here you see Marion Nichols force a fumble, Jeb Baggett get on the fumble. So those were, again, big plays. Another one I thought that Zacharian had, I think he actually kind of knocked the ball back to their quarterback. Huge play right here. Hayes McGinnis to Porter Child for a first down on the opening drive of the second half, which, again, going to set up this big run by Lil Barry. There you see Gus going down and getting a block. And, you know, we're going to be halfway through the third quarter, and we're going to be up 21-0. There's a big run. It wasn't just Antavius Berry the other night. Jalen Teagle had a big run. Here he is. He's going to stick one in for a touchdown right here.
Awesome.
So, you know, we're halfway through, and we're up 21-0. We felt like we could have been up 35-0 at that time. Josiah Smith, who had another big game. Put this on for special teams. It's something we've been practicing where we're, you know, running the punt team off, run the offense on. Devers comes out, executes perfectly, and we're going to down this thing.
That's perfect, Coach.
At the 4-yard line.
I mean,
and,
that is perfectly executed.
You can't. We practice it every week. You can't get any better than that. Here's the last 2 plays of the game, and there's 3rd and 1. All we need is 1 yard, and then we go in our victory set, and I put that one on there because
greatest formation in football.
Greatest play in football. But Hayes McGinnis, when we practiced it on Thursday, he said, "Coach, we're going to be using this tomorrow night." I said, "I'm going to hold you to it." And when we did it, we both got a pretty good laugh out of it on Friday night. So it was a big night for us overall. Had a lot of really good things that happened. Kids played hard.
They sure did.
Physical, and I thought we got after it.
Coach, like I said, I'm seeing a lot of great kids just growing up week to week to week with your young team. And like I said, to see them out there, they're flying around, they're excited, big region win. Tell us how that all shook out on your big play board.
Well, you know, obviously the player of the week, I don't think there's any doubt. When we met on Sunday and we looked at it, you carry it 43 times for 238 yards, you're going to be the player of the week, Antavius Berry. One, and I did not include this on our video clips, and I should have. When they scored to get within 21-12, Marion Nichols breaks through and blocks the PAT to keep it a nine-point game, which is a two-score game. So that was a huge play for Marion, who got the special teams player of the week. The offensive skill guy of the week, Tyrell McGuire, who's a tight end H-back for us, didn't have any catches or anything like that. But, man, he had a great night blocking. He was physical, did a lot of really good things. For the first time all year, somebody other than Javion Hinton got the offensive lineman of the week. Zion Williams was the highest grader up front, did a great job. Then we mentioned Zachariah Tucker, the defensive player of the week, had a great week. The big hit, Josiah Smith with a big hit on their quarterback, which was, was a good play. And then our two scout team guys, we call them our echo guys because, you know, they make us do things over and over and over. Cam Davis, who's a running back that's a sophomore, and Ben Roach, who's a linebacker that's a sophomore, both had really good weeks of practice. So, you know, one of the things we talk about, it takes a full team.
Absolutely.
I read something this week about the Braves. I think maybe it was Max Fried or somebody that said, maybe a Strider that said, it takes more than 26 guys to get where they are. Same thing's true in football.
Absolutely.
It takes more than just the guys that are out there playing on Friday night, and our guys do a great job all week long.
Awesome, Coach. Like I said, it is very apparent that was a great team win, great job players, great job coaches. We're back in the thick of it with region play, and we've got the East Paulding Raiders, as Chris Berman always say it, the Raiders
They're coming to town.
are coming to town. We're going to be there at Drake Stadium Friday night. What can we expect out of East Paulding?
Well, they're 2-0. They're one of the two undefeated teams in the league. They're probably the most improved team from last year. I think they finished maybe they won 1 or 2 region games last year, so they're really improved over last year. Got a really good tailback. Got some good wideouts. They're a 2-quarterback system. One's a little more of a runner, one's a little more of a passer. Going to be a really big defensive front. They're going to have 2 300-pounders up front. So, you know, a lot of the same things. We just need to go out and execute our game. Awesome. Play fast, play physical, get after them. We're going to be honoring the 2003 Newnan football team that was a semifinal team.
Big Parkview, yeah.
So that's going to be a big night for us. So we're looking forward to everybody out at the Drake Stadium. You know, it's the most beautiful place to watch a high school football game in the state of Georgia, and so we're looking for everybody out again this week.
Coach will be there, ready to cheer you guys on. About to say, great job Friday night. Like I said, super excited about the season. Keep rocking and rolling, and we'll be back.
Thank you
so much.
Appreciate it.
And with that, we'll be back with more with Coweta Sports Game Day in just a few moments. This will do it for this week on Game Day. Thanks to all our head coaches, and best of luck to all our Coweta teams this weekend. We'll be back with you throughout the year, highlighting the great action on the fields and in the gyms of the Coweta County School System. Don't forget to like and subscribe to CCS TV. It helps to get the word out about all the great happenings throughout our school system. I'll see you soon.